Hi there! Are you in for a very long video about the usage of all in Dutch? Haha, well, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to take a detailed look at all the different ways to use all in Dutch. And well, there they are. Well, most of them can be translated as all. And what students usually do, they just pick one and they see, it will be all right. It's just like in the casino, you just pick one and see what happens and have a lot of fun. However, just like in the casino, in the end, you will lose if you're using this approach. You will be making mistakes and your Dutch won't be sounding like the Dutch of a native. So in this video we're going to take a detailed look at each single one of them and what the rules are and what the specificities are. As an introduction, there are three main factors that will affect which one of that list you're going to choose. So the first one is all standing on its own, or is it standing with another noun? For example, all is well, there is no other noun. All cars are good, cars is the noun with which all is standing with. So that's the first major factor. The second one, when it's with a noun, what is the place of this all? That's going to affect the choice. And the third one is the noun in the plural or the singular? Is it just one or more than one? Good. Now let's go and see them all one by one. Number 1 and 2. When you're using all as a noun in itself, or standing it in itself, you have to ask yourself the question, are we talking about things or are we talking about people? If we're talking about things, then we're going to use alles, as in these examples. Gaat alles goed? Is everything going all right? Or ik heb alles gezien. I have seen everything. I've seen it all. And there you can replace all by everything. And then we're going to use alles. So when it's standing on its own and when it means things. If it's people, then we're going to use iedereen. And that is, for example, iedereen komt and ik zie iedereen. Everyone is coming and I see everyone. So if you can replace all by everyone, use iedereen. And as you can see, iedereen, there is no noun connected to this iedereen. It's all by itself. Good. Important here with alles and iedereen is that it is in the singular. You use alles. For example, gaat alles goed? Gaat is in the singular and iedereen komt. It's not iedereen komen. In English, it might be different. All are coming. It's not all is coming. When you're talking about people, all my friends are coming. Iedereen komt, not iedereen komen. Now there is a little alternative to this everybody that we're going to see in a few minutes. But if you can replace all by everybody or everyone and everything, it's better to use these two. So now we're going to move to the all that is standing with another noun. When you're going to use all just in front of another noun, so there's all and then there's the noun, we have two choices. And the choices are these ones. Alle boeken zijn interessant and al de boeken zijn interessant. All books are interesting. And here you see the all is just in front of the this alle or al cannot stand on its own. When you're using al standing on its own, think, no, that was either alles or iedereen. So use alles and iedereen then. Alle and al will be with a noun. And now, what's the difference between alle and alde? Well, use alle when it's just in front of a noun and you might have an adjective in between. For example, alle groene boeken zijn daar. All green books are there. So you see there, groene is an adjective. You can still use alle in front. However, with al, if there is between the al and the noun it stands with an article or a possessive pronoun or an indicative pronoun, then you're going to have to use al and not alle. For example, al de boeken zijn interessant. You see the de, there's an article there. You cannot say alle de boeken. No, wrong. Al mijn boeken zijn interessant. All my books are interesting. Then you have to use al. And al die boeken zijn interessant. And then you'll be like, well, but Alain, that's me. What if you have two of them? If you have like all my green books? Well, that is an excellent question. All my green books, then the my will precede over the adjective. Al mijn groene boeken. All my green books. Good. Notice that the noun is in the plural. So it is with, when you're having al plus a noun, in the plural you're going to use al or alle. And maybe you're thinking, well, al, I've seen it in another context and with another meaning, and you are very right. Al, in Dutch, also means already. Well, this complicates things, and you are right. For example, if you're seeing this sentence, heb je al die boeken gelezen? Or heb je al die boeken gelezen? Then, well, when you see it written down, well, it could be both of them. Have you read all those books, or have you already read those books? And there, well, you have to feel a little bit with the intonation or with the context, or you can simply use al in another part of the sentence. For example, heb je die boeken al gelezen? Have you already read those books? And then, because you know that the al is just in front of the noun, you should not use it behind the noun. No, you have to use it in front of the noun. Then you know, the al here means already. And you could also say, heb je al die boeken al gelezen? Have you already read all those books? So there is a way to stress or to show that the al means already and not all. Good. A little tip between alles and alle. A synonym of alles is alle dingen. Everything means all things. And alle mensen means iedereen. All people, well, all people, that means everyone. All right. First of all, congratulations, because most of the things you would like to say, you can communicate it with alle and alde and iedereen and alles. However, now we're going to take a look at more complicated things. Obviously, you can stop watching the video, but you can rewatch it afterwards, the first part. I would really encourage you to do so that it's clear of where exactly you use alles and alle, because this is very important. And now we're going to move on to a more complicated level. How do you say all of them? Well, you could think, something with alle. Well, no. All of them is a little bit of a special case in Dutch. You could use iedereen. You could switch, for example, all of them came, everyone came, then you can simply use iedereen. But you can also make it more complicated. And now we're going to take a look at the all when it stands not just in front of the noun. And we're also going to take a look at the same time at all of them. Good. How do you say that when the all is not just in front of the noun? For example, they all came. See there, they all came. The all is not in front of the noun. It's behind. They all came. Well, then we're going to say ze zijn allen gekomen. And you'll be like, wait. Shouldn't you say ze allen zijn gekomen? Well, that's something English. Sometimes you can put a word. For example, I always go to the zoo. If you like to go to the zoo. But this is not done in Dutch. This always or sometimes, I sometimes do that. You have to put it behind the verb. So it's not really on topic, but it's important to know that this all will be behind the verb. Ze zijn allen gekomen or ze zijn allemaal gekomen. So when your all is not in front of your noun that it's about, use the allemaal or the allen. And just like with alle and alde, this is for nouns in the plural. As you see, ze zijn allen gekomen. They, it's more than one. They, ze zijn allen gekomen or ze zijn allemaal gekomen. And here we're going to go back to the all of them. All of them in Dutch, we're going to use this construction, the same construction. We're not going to paste them together. We're going to separate them. All of them came. Ze zijn allemaal gekomen. And that's a little bit special, I know. You would think, all of them came. It's standing on itself. And you could say something like alle van hen. No. Use they, ze, and then the allemaal or the allen behind. And this is really not like in English. Now, allen has two more remarks. Allen can actually stand on itself. And remember, from the beginning of the video, I told you that iedereen, everyone, has an alternative. And this alternative is allen. For example, allen kwamen or allen zijn gekomen. All came. So there you can use allen as well. And pay attention to the fact that it's in the plural. Allen kwamen in the plural, or allen zijn gekomen, not allen is gekomen. And that's the difference with iedereen. I would suggest you to first use iedereen and then allen afterwards. It will be easier. Allemaal can also be an object in the sentence. For example, or allen can also be an object in the sentence. For example, we zien ze allemaal. We see them all. And see that the all is behind the ze. So that's important, that allemaal can also be an object. Another tricky part with allemaal and allen is that sometimes there will be no noun. And you'll be thinking, wait, but you told me there should be a noun. It's just stand with the noun. And that is correct, but the noun won't be in the same sentence. Let me give an example. Heb je ze gelezen? Have you read them? Ja, allemaal. Yes, all of them. And the all of them refers to the ze in the previous sentence. So that's also a little bit special. And if you receive emails in Dutch, you could see sometimes that people start their email with dag allemaal. Hello everyone. You could say dag iedereen or dag allen, but some people use dag allen or allemaal. And then you'll be thinking, wait, there is no noun there with dag allemaal. And you're very correct, but then it refers to the people you're sending an email. So it's implied that the noun of this allemaal is the people or the recipients of the email. So there, again, it's one of those weird things about allen and allemaal. Now we're going to take a little side note here. What's the difference between allen and alleen? And this is important for those of you who have some problems with the pronunciation of and e. There is a big difference between allen and alleen. Alleen does not mean all. It has nothing to do with this video except for the pronunciation part. So do not confuse allen and alleen. Alleen means only or alone. For example, hij wil alleen naar Nederland gaan. He wants to go alone to the Netherlands. And in this case, well, it has nothing to do. He wants to No. He wants to go alone, or he only wants to go to the Netherlands. There you have to see a little bit for the context. But that is alleen. So make sure to pronounce the allen properly, so you're not referring to the alle. All right. Now we've seen a lot of things already. So iedereen, alles in the single. Allen, alde, allemaal and allen in the plural, and I cannot stress this enough because now we're going to go to the single or the singular. Wait, but all, isn't that usually in the plural? Yes, it is. But sometimes in English you would use it in a singular too. For example, I'm all done. You finished your exercises and you say, I'm all done. Or, this exercise is all wrong. Well, what are we going to use then? Are we going to use alle or allen or allemaal or something like that? Well, maybe you would be tempted, but the exercise is one exercise. So it's in the singular. And the all is standing with another noun. So you can't use alles and iedereen. Okay, well, let's see the translations here. Ik ben helemaal klaar. I'm all done. And then we're going to use helemaal. Or, this exercise is all wrong. Die oefening is helemaal verkeerd. And helemaal, well, it's translated as all. And a trick here is to know to exchange the word with completely. For example, I'm completely done. Well, you could somehow say that. I'm completely done, and then you're going to use helemaal. Okay. And a little tricky one here, for example. We zijn allemaal klaar. We are all done. Can you use there helemaal as well? Because the we refers to, that's the plural, so you can use allemaal. Well, yeah, you can say we zijn allemaal klaar. And then you refer to the we are all done. But if you want to say we are completely done, then you can also use helemaal. Or another example, die zijn allemaal verkeerd. These are all wrong, or these are completely wrong. You can use both allemaal and helemaal. we're already about 20 minutes far, and we've learned a lot. So congratulations that you're still here. It's a very long video about all. So congratulations. But can you use with this I am completely done the allemaal? Well, no, because there is no plural. I is a singular. I'm one person. I'm not two persons. So you have to use helemaal. There you don't have the choice. If your we is in the plural, well then you can use, you have two choices. Good. Whew, is this all? No. Dit is niet alles. This is not all, because all is standing on itself and it's things. This is grammar. These are things, not people. Good. One well, more or less last point is when you're using complete instead of completely, and in this case, we're going to have the noun that the adjective that stands just in front of the noun and meaning complete, but in the singular. And what do I mean by that? Sounds really complicated. These sentences. Ik werk iedere dag, or ik werk elke dag. Ik werk alle dagen, or ik werk de hele dag. You see, sometimes the dag is in the plural, the dagen, because alle you're using in the plural. So the first two ones mean I work each day or I work every day. Both means iedere or elke. So iedere and elke. And alle, that means I work all days. But how do you say I work all day? And when you can translate all, or when you can replace all by the whole, then we're going to use the hele dag. I work all day. Ik werk de hele dag. And there the hele is with the noun. So then you have to use complete. I work the complete day or the whole day. Then you have to use hele. Completely, remember, is helemaal. And hele is whole. And you might think, well, heel, I've seen it in another context. Yes, heel also means very. For example, dat is heel goed. That is very good. But it also means complete or whole. Whew, all right. So let's quickly try to recap everything. Recap all of the alls. So everything, alles, everyone, iedereen, in the single. In front of a noun, alle or alde, depending if there's a word in between. Is all behind the noun, then we're going to use allemaal or allen. All right? And if it's in the plural, if it's in the single, if you can replace the word by completely or complete, completely you're going to use helemaal, and complete you're going to use heel to translate all. Good. I will leave you with this. Also pay attention to the pronunciation, the differences in pronunciation between alles and als, because als is a different word altogether, and you can learn more about als in the video you see appearing there. Good. See you there. Tot ziens.